Yes, Azerbaijan was the first country in the history of European Union which managed to present, the new draft of agreement as a partner country. It never happened before because usually European Union presents, the drafts, and then the both countries or both parts, both sides, they work on it. It was first time when we did it, as another side. And why it happened? Because our view on our future, is it should be strategically oriented, future oriented, and the relations should be equal. That's two most important elements of the new agreement, which was presented to European Commission in Riga during the Riga summit. I think it's absolutely clear. Azerbaijan is going to European Union as a real partner in different spheres, in energy, as a part of the Eastern Partnership project, in security, in migration management, in different spheres. And we do not have any miracle estimations from this cooperation. We have very pragmatic view on it. We understand that all the political dialogue, all the elements political dialogue should be based on a very solid foundation, on a solid basis. What does it mean? It means that, for example, Southern Gas Corridor, with which we are going now to Europe, is a real very good economical basement for our cooperation not now and in the future. Also, of course, connectivity, transportation routes. Azerbaijan is really geographical and absolutely obvious transportation hub, both for Asia and Europe. And from this point of view, we have a very solid basement for our political dialogue. I think this process should be synchronized. And that's why we are very happy that mandate has been given to European External Action Service for negotiations with Azerbaijan. We hope that negotiations will be launched very soon, and we will start our maybe difficult, but I'm sure very result of negotiations very soon in upcoming months. Of course, this project is important for both sides. I don't want even to use the both sides, European Union and Azerbaijan. I would like to say, first, this is important for the countries involved, for the companies involved. That's first. It's crucially important. Secondly, it's a real project management. In case of Eastern Partnership, everybody is saying that it's a project. But unfortunately, in most cases, we do have a lot of compilation of bilateral tracks with 6 Eastern Partnership countries. We need some project management to show that it exists, it works, it successfully works. And I think Southern Gas Corridor is an exceptional example. In this project, for example, 2 member state countries, Italy and Greece, they have been involved. In this project, 2 candidate countries, Turkey and Albania, have been involved. Association partner Georgia was involved, and Azerbaijan, as a strategic partner in energy, was involved. Look, 3 types of different, 4 types, member states, candidate countries, associated partner, and future strategic partner been involved. That's a project management, real project management. That's why we think that it's crucially important for the success of Eastern Partnership as well. And of course, it's about the energy, about the future of the Europe, future of our European so-called native land. And because without energy, you can't create the future. Of course, it's crucially important for us. For us, it's a market. For us, it's a real opportunity to have a real income. But secondary, of course, most important, maybe last but not least, which I mentioned in my first question, is that it is a very good, solid basement for political dialogue. A very practical one. Azerbaijan is really the country where we can connect the civilizations, the cultures. It's a crossroad of civilization, geographically. And in most cases, unfortunately, historically, now we see that this crossroads of civilization, in most cases, they become battlefield. In our case, we managed to make it breach, and we're very happy with it. I think our experience could be requested by our European friends. Why? Because in case of Azerbaijan, it's a really successful story of the country with a Muslim population, where we have a very harmonized approach, both for secular and secularism, and secondary for normal, European style of life. It's really, difficult for other countries, maybe, but not for us, to be the member of OIC on one hand, but on the other hand, member of the Council of Europe, member of OSCE, to be as one of the partners in Eastern Partnership, and that's why I say Azerbaijani experience could be requested by our European friends. What's going now in Europe? Of course, we do have a lot of problematic issues, but I'm sure that European civilization will approve that this civilization will survive in any case. It survived after 2 world wars and even became stronger with partners, was using the normal experience of partners from neighborhood. I think that European Union and European member state countries, they will overcome all the difficult obstacles. First, about the conflict. Azerbaijani territories, Azerbaijan as a country, the 20% of the country were occupied by foreign country, by Armenia. We have more than 1 million of refugees, and of course no Azerbaijanis in occupied territories. That's a great problem of Azerbaijan, of course. And we try to find the solution of this problem using the, as you mentioned, dialogue tools. But what kind of dialogues we're speaking about? It's a mostly diplomatic dialogue. Yes, we do have this, OSCE Minsk group, co-chairs, so-called format. We have some cases direct meetings between appropriate officials of both countries. It works, but the purposes of all the countries, which were involved in the process of negotiations, and OSCE and Azerbaijan, as well as European Union, but on one hand, from another hand, Armenia, they're totally different. In case of Armenia, they would like to keep the status quo. All other players, they would like, to change it, because it's absolutely unacceptable when one country of Eastern Partnership is occupying the territory of another country. And I think that we need to involve the European Union to be more vocal about it. We do have so many resolutions, so many statements about the support of territorial integrity of Azerbaijan from European Union officials, European Union institutions, Parliament, other Commission, Council. We do have very serious messages. In the new global strategy was adopted by European Union, which in conclusions of the Council of Foreign Affairs Council, which were adopted in 14th of November this year. Everywhere is clear that European Union is in favor and is supporting sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity of all the countries inside and outside of European Union. And this is a crucially important message for us. In other cases, for example, in case of Georgia or in case of Moldova, European Union has been involved directly to the resolution of conflict. In our case, not. But we would like to have a very clear and absolutely position, which is definitely should be in accordance of the international law. And now we see it, and we're very glad to see this trend, because sometimes we saw some other attempts from institutions, European Union institutions, before. Nobody is perfect in this world. Frankly speaking, in case of the criticism, we're ready for, real, normal, constructive dialogue. But we have never been ready for blaming and shaming. Treatment, which was used by some politicians here, and we react appropriately on it. If you remember, our interparliamentarian relations between Azerbaijani Parliament and European Parliament, they have been frozen for more than 1 year. Our participation in EurActiv, our Parliamentary Cooperation Committee, our participation in Parliamentary Cooperation Committee and other instruments, we did freeze it because of the absolutely biased and non-justified resolution of the European Parliament in September 2015. We understood that there was no any attempt from these institutions just to hear us, just to hear our vision, what we would like to say. That is the first point, and that's very crucially important to understand. Then in September, it was a special delegation of the members of Parliament, as well as a representative of the Council and the Commission, to Baku, and we managed together to reanimate these relations between parliaments, based on the statement which was adopted by the co-chairs of EurActiv and the Parliamentary Cooperation Committee. That's very important to understand. The dialogue is crucially important for the resolution of the problems. Secondly, I would like special stress if we speak about the problematic issues. Believe me, I'm not sure that Azerbaijan has more problematic issues to be criticized than, for example, most European Union member states. So many things happened, but we have never been vocal in case of our partnership, critically vocal, I mean, and never did try to use it in our bilateral relations as an attempt to to force, to encourage to do something. We were always supportive in case of the resolution of these problems. We were really more for constructive dialogue. That's why, for example, in case of, you mentioned the problematic issues concerning refugees, we can listen. We are ready to invite and to share with our friends our experience. We are ready to be cooperative in migration management, combating terrorism, combating illegal migration, transnational organized crime. And we do already do something together. Okay, we can blame each other without any normal cooperation, but I'm not sure that it's a main request of the current situation. We should do something together, but if we have problems, we should discuss about them in normal, very how can I say, diplomatic manner. And we did it. Just in October, the subcommittee on human rights was organized in Azerbaijan, in Baku, and we did discuss about all the problems, as in EU, also in Azerbaijan. And we did it in very friendly and very sincere, constructive manner. I think this is the best way for finding the solution of the problems. Just recently, the roadmap for so-called post-oil era for Azerbaijan was adopted. I think it's very important to understand that the diversification of economy will be one of the most serious priorities of Azerbaijan for the upcoming years. Of course, we are going with our energy, activity, and again, I don't want to repeat SOCAR, Southern Gas Corridor, or activity of SOCAR in other countries. It will be done, but diversification of economy, and using another opportunities for developing of the countries. First of all, transportation, connectivity, IT technologies, agriculture, trade, so many. Of course, they became priority. In this case, of course, we would like to have a very solid and constructive, sufficient, I would like to say, negotiations with our European Union friends, because they do have this experience, and they would like, as I understood from my conversation with officials, they would like to share with us their vision, what we can do together in case of the, providing these reforms, economical reforms, for diversification of economy, for making this country not so seriously depending on oil and gas prices. I think that with such kind of, of approach, we can manage to do it, and we will see the results very, very soon. This approach is not so controversial now from our point of view. We do not have any problematic issues in our bilateral tracts with European Union member states. We do have already the strategic partnership agreement with 7 of them. We have exceptionally cooperative and friendly relations with most of European Union countries on bilateral level, but also we are working very seriously on multilateral level. Just from 1992, European Union spent 982 million euros in case of their supporting Azerbaijan. For the Azerbaijani, from 1992, it's 24 years of relations, approximately 1 billion. What does it mean? Of course, it happened mostly in the very difficult times, but now we are not looking for money. We are looking mostly for technologies, for experience, for educational projects, but it's going from EU as institutions, and as well as from Azerbaijan to EU. So I'm not sure that, for example, we would be successful in Southern Gas Corridor without a cooperation with European Union institutions. That's crucial. That's why very important to go parallelly in bilateral and multilateral tracks with both European Union institutions and member states. And we do it here. We have exceptional friendly relations with the embassies of permanent representatives of European member states countries here, and also as well as with European institutions. We are working in both directions. Concerning the real crises with which European Union are facing now, some of them they're coming from neighborhood. And think that they're coming from neighborhood as a threat, as a real danger. That's why our proposal to our European friend is we should work together, member states and neighborhood countries, especially countries in the Muslim neighborhood. Azerbaijan is ready for such kind of cooperation. Work together to protect our native Europe. And I think if the decision will be made, we will manage to do it.